ruthless motivation. I pulled up smoking good, bitch, in front of the spine. In that Coca-Cola 08 drive. In these Coogee 3 days, bitch, fresh off the grind. Tryna beat that pussy up one time. Don't ask me no question, I won't play no games. I'm so on, I forgot, bitch, what's your name? You okay? Bitch, buzz me in. You the whole nigga knock when I was driving the Benz. Ass was fat, titty was right. The way this coke got me feeling I could fuck all night. Pull out a few tracks, bitch, and do that there. I know you got a boyfriend, bitch, but I don't care.
Top of it, man. You already know. Obtaining and maintaining as usual. Can you see the comments? Is it still? It's frozen. I'm in traffic for some good simple on the channel. Yeah, let them come in for a little minute.
We gon' fuck, I'm just keeping it real. Turn off your metro, we gon' do this right. We fucking all night, bitch, I'm on that flight.
Can y'all see him?
Hey, you know I'm gon' fuck you like I'm fresh out the pen.
Yeah, before I even begin, I wanna know if I got a good connection. Am I clear?
I know you need that.
Before I even start, am I fuzzy? Am I cool? Okay, that's all I want to know. I see LC said I'm cool. Hold on. Still froze. Everybody else is saying I'm good. Weekend, all good. Yeah, bro, you gonna have to refresh your shit. Everybody else saying I'm cool.
Bitch was Ho, stop playing with me. Bitch was I ain't trying to your kids, ho. Bitch was
It's good, nice and clear. We can see you clear. You clear, son. Saying it's not froze. Okay, cool. Hold on, I'm gonna give it like one more minute, and then I'm gonna start and give people a chance to come on in. You're froze on my end. Damn, the doctor's live. Well, baby, if I'm froze on your end, see if you can refresh it. Because so far it's telling me that I actually have a good connection. Hold on. Top of it. P, you already know what it is. Mac Mills, am I cool? Like, is my vision cool or am I fuzzy on your end?
I'm just saying, little mama, every time I see you, you know what I mean? When a nigga be going through this motherfucking traffic and we be out here and shit, you be looking at a nigga like you wanna holler at a nigga, I mean, what's your next move be your best move, love? What's
am I froze on your end too? Okay, I see you. I can hear you, but the screen is froze. Damn. Late night seeing it can't get no better than this. They got a computer seeing you good. Okay, look. It's 4 minutes. I've already been on 4 minutes. I'm gonna give it to 5 minutes. What's going on? I'm trying to hear you. You is, give me like 1 minute. Giving everybody opportunity to come in. What time is it there? It's 12:11 in Vegas. It's 12:11 here. Yeah, I'm on the West Coast. I ain't left yet. I'm still in the West Coast. Hold on. Alright, hold on. Let me set up shop. Hold on. We come up in here. So I at least, yeah. Hold on. Go in my chat room so I can see everybody, because sometimes it appears here, but it don't be coming on everybody else. All right, well, cool. Okay, so of course I ain't gonna put my P partner name out there. Some of y'all already will know because some of y'all in these streets. But I got a young partner that just got into a situation that could have been avoided. Now, like I always say, warning come before destruction. I had already given him good, exhortation, man, to avoid this situation. I already knew it was coming. They was already like kind of like getting into it. He was getting into it with his little broad or what have you. And I've seen, the way sometimes she'd carry herself, and she would sometimes talk back. She would sometimes get loud and things like that. And I would give him instructions, on how to go about it. Now, he decided to listen to another, representative, somebody that's older. He's also well known. But the older P, of course, he was doing this thing in the 70s and things like that. And I love him to death, this P that I'm talking about. But the thing about it is, the older P told him, man, you gotta mash on a bitch. You gotta sit up there, man, and beat her funky ass. And when that bitch sit up there and disrespect you, man, you better sit up there and go upside that bitch head, man, about your bread, nigga. You better sit up there and take her arm out of motherfucking socket, nigga, if she get out of pocket with you, man. And woo, 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 woo. So he putting all of this in a nigga ear. And the whole time I'm telling them, listen, you know what I mean? I always think about your freedom. You know what I mean? In any situation, it's your freedom first. You know what I mean? Y'all already know I've been saying it for the longest. I keep saying it because I want to drill that in everybody's head. You know what I mean? Like when you come into a situation, immediately I want you to hear mentally respond and not emotionally react. You know what I mean? Because as men, women are going to say and do things that's going to put you in position. They're going to test you. They're going to test you. They're going to see if you about that. If you really about what you say that you is about. If you could actually avoid, you know what I mean, getting into a physical confrontation, you know what I'm saying, with her. Like, so the older P, of course, he's telling my little young partner to go upside her head and all of that shit. And then he listening, of course, to, different songs by Sugar Free. You know what I mean? And I love Sugar Free, but he got certain songs that is kind of like encouraging, to be on some other shit. So my young partner, the bride, I think he told her to be quiet. And I think she did something under her breath. And man, he sat up there and put hands on her. Now, remind you now, I had already told him, I said, look, man, I got a feeling about that bride. Every woman, man, can't stand under, certain type of pimping. And if you sit up there and you make that temperature too hot in that kitchen, she gonna start crying, baby. You know what I'm saying? So no, that ain't the bride to be hitting on and all that type of stuff. I just know her flavor. You know what I mean? I can see her calling 911 on you. I can see her filling out a police report. And he like, oh man, you know what I mean? The bitch ain't gonna tell on me, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I done already kind of did this. I hit her before. You know what I mean? Bitch, she cussed back at me, but she didn't do nothing. So he disobeyed me. And he put his hands on her. And as of right now, you know what I mean? I was coming straight from the gym. I'm coming from the gym. And as soon as I had walked in the house, phone had went off. You have a call from, and I hear my nigga. My nigga, what you in there for? What's going on? And exactly everything that I warned him about. You know what I mean? Like I said, keep that in mind. Warning comes before destruction. God is always going to put somebody in your way. The game is always going to send somebody your way to give you words of wisdom, man, to keep you from getting into a confrontation, to keep your ass from going inside of incarceration. That God is always going to bless you to have that. Warning come before destruction. You know what I'm saying? And see what the older P, not to take anything away from him because I love him, man. He did his thing, man. He was a cold motherfucker. He was deep. He was having hella jewelry. But see, what motherfuckers got to understand, that shit that nigga was doing in ancient times is not wise for the recent times. The laws have changed. All right? And what I want to make known to you, to the young pimps, and not only to young pimps, but to just young men, period. Stop putting your hands on that woman, man. Stop putting your hands on. That ain't gonna make the situation better. Trying, as I like to say, being Floyd Mayweather is not gonna make the situation better. Stop putting your hands on that woman, man. If she talk back, if she wanna get loud and shit like that, man, don't even take time out your existence, man, from trying to like, listen, if I ain't never told you nothing before, you cannot beat the fag out of a bitch. I just stated that on Facebook not too long ago. It's just like a father being angry at his son for being a homosexual. You cannot beat homosexuality out of your son. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat homosexuality out of your cousin or your brother. You cannot. You can jump them. You can beat their ass. You can do all of that. You can take a motherfucking baseball bat and beat your little brother or your cousin or something or whoever gay in your family. And after you sit up there and beat their ass with a baseball bat or shoot at their motherfucking ass, guess what? They still gonna be gay. So I've said all that to say this to you young men, man, and to you, young and up and coming pimps. Hey, man, you can't beat the fag out of a bitch. You can't, man, you can't shoot the fag out of a bitch. Some women have basically certain, how could I put it like that? I don't want to come off too harsh on them. But you got to realize, man, a lot of them really didn't know no better. You know, they didn't have a father in the home. They wasn't receiving the proper teachings on what a man is, what a father is. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a pimp, she's looking at you almost, you know what I mean, like you trying to be a slave master, which is the wrong vision that she should have of a pimp. But at the same particular time, when you putting your hands on her and things like that, especially if she's not, you know, if she don't have a strong foundation and information about the streets, she gonna tell on you. She gonna tell on you. And a lot of y'all sitting up there calling these girls, now I can't justify that. Snitching is snitching. But at the same particular time, a lot of these women have not been laced properly. They haven't been laced properly, you know, on what to do under, you know, pressure, interrogation. They don't even have the information. And like I always say, I can't expect somebody to logically conform and perform to a behavior that they have not been informed about. These women have not been laced right. And the reason why I know a lot of these women ain't been laced right, because I know you niggas ain't been laced right. You know what I'm saying? You listening to guys, and no disrespect, I love the older crowd. I love the veteran pimps. I love all of them. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is they trying to give you their autobiographical perspective of the game, and they're not realizing that the game basically has elevated. It's a different era now. The laws have changed now. The things that you did in 1975 in the game, you can't do that in 2017. Your ass gonna be under the motherfucking jail trying that shit. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm in love with your freedom, because I want you to maintain your liberty in society and not calling your mother in a correctional facility, you niggas better take heed, man. Stop putting your hands on that woman. Some of y'all have listened to different rap songs and the commercialism from these rap songs, or these older pimps, they have influenced you to be abusive. And then some of y'all actually have some mental problems. And then, you know, of course, some of you guys are doing drugs. So you got the combination of, you know what I mean, you're not being laced. You looking at, you know what I mean, different representations that's in your environment, and you see this nigga beating on his bitch. You see this nigga beating on his bitches, and you see that, and so you think to yourself like, okay, this is the right behavior, you know, of a pimp. And I'm telling you, man, a lot of people, the only reason why they haven't been locked up and fucked up and they haven't done 20 and 30 years in jail, it wasn't because they were so smart and gamed up. God was really just merciful to them, just being all the way 100. It wasn't like they just had some, you know, some true game. Hold on, let me say this to read this by P. I like that. Mac Mill said this game is by choice and not by force. If the bitch wants to fag off on you every chance she get, then you need to charge her to the game and find you a bitch that's gonna be submissive to your ism. Okay, I definitely agree with that. See, the problem is with that, and I've seen it, young and old. What happens is a lot of these guys, bro, they don't know how to campaign. They get used to having this bitch. A lot of these niggas will hold on to a bitch just so they can say that they have a bitch. You know what I mean? They scared to sit up there and fire that bitch or pimp her away simply because when they come amongst pimps and they sit up there and they campaigning with the pimping, they want to be able to say that they have a hoe. They don't want to be around 5 and 6 pimps and not be the only pimp that's not receiving phone calls about new traps coming in. You know what I'm saying? So basically what they'll do is they'll hold on to this motherfucking bitch, and the bitch she not about nothing. You know, why would you sit up there and be with somebody? I like what P said. Why would you spend your time sitting over there being a wrestler? You're not a boxer, P. That's not what you are. You are a pimp. You understand me? This is your greatest weapon. The moment that it go here, man, you know, this is predestined for you to sit up there, man, and be locked up and fucked up with a top ramen soup in your hand, man, singing Deborah Cox how did I get here? And I don't want to see that happen. That's why I say warning come before destruction. Some of y'all gonna watch this. You're gonna watch this video, you're gonna nod your head, and you're gonna say, man, P, that's some real shit. Damn, that's some real game. Some of y'all gonna listen to this and you still gonna emotionally react instead of mentally respond. And you're going to sit up there, you understand me, and you're going to be locked up and fucked up. And while you're sitting in that jail cell, every word that came out of my mouth tonight on this video is going to replay and replay. And the game, the spirit of God, the spirit of the game is going to minister to you and tell you that your motherfucking ass should have took heed. I'm taking time out to sit up there and let you know, man, leave that bitch alone. The game is already, some of y'all, the game has already been dealing with y'all to let certain women go. Let that bitch go. Some of y'all have been holding on to cancers. Some of these bitches are a cancer to your pimping. You are not going to prosper in the game until you let that cancer go. You holding on to a bitch named Cancer. Let that bitch go. She's a cancer to your pimping. She's a cancer to your prosperity. She's a cancer to your, you know what I mean, your serenity. You know what I mean, your peace of mind. You know what I mean? She's just a cancer, man. You know what I mean? Some of y'all can't even hold on to 3 or 4 bitches to save your motherfucking life because you want to hold on to this cancer. Because she light skinned or she a white bitch. I've seen many of y'all do it. You know what I mean? You'll sit up there and go hard as a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying, on a black hole, and then you'll knock you some white snow, and you just treating this white bitch, you know what I mean, like she just God's gift to the motherfucking world. You know what I mean? And I've seen that. White bitch giving you problems. She's smart talking you, out talking you. You know what I mean? She loud, but belligerent. She'd improved herself to be fraudulent. You know what I mean? She not listening to the intelligent, informative information that you got to give her. You know what I mean? She doing what the fuck she want to do. And you scared to sit up there and blow her off simply because she white. I want you to know, man, the game gonna spank you. Hold on, let me read what y'all saying. Keep in touch with my family is saying, but yeah, man. Let that bitch go. I had a matter of fact, hold on. I had a partner. True story. He probably ended up seeing this. But I had a partner. His bottom bitch ended up leaving him. You know what I mean? She sat up there and left him for the boyfriend that was fresh out of prison. Some of y'all, by y'all living in Vegas, you probably already know who the fuck I'm talking about. But, you know what I'm saying? He was fresh. The boyfriend had just got out of prison. She left pimping and went immediately to the motherfucking boyfriend. Okay, so she ended up choosing up with the boyfriend, fucking around with the boyfriend. And my nigga was sick because he had the bitch, the pimping, he had the bitch for damn near 5 or 6 motherfucking years. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, he couldn't let his other bitches know that was, hurtful that she would just up and leave and go to the boyfriend like that. But as he began to reminisce in retrospect about what he's been through, the adversities and difficulties that he's endured in the game, he began to find encouragement to stay on the pavement, man. And that's how he got his motherfucking development in this game. He went from, at that time, I think he had like the CLS and a little S550, when she left, and while she was gone, then the next thing you know, he pimped up for the Porsche. 2 seconds later, he pimped up for another Porsche. 2 seconds later, he pimped up for the Bentley. Next thing you know, nigga got a Bentley, 2 Porsches, S550, CLS, sitting outside the mansion home. I said that to say this, man. Sometimes that these bitches, certain bitches, man, these so-called little bottom bitches, like me, I've never had a bottom bitch, but some of these bottom bitches, some of these prostitute girlfriends that you niggas been having, man, for 5 or 6 years, they have been a cancer to your pimping. The reason why you don't have that motherfucking Maserati, the reason why you ain't got that Bentley in the year, the reason why you don't have that mansion in that prestigious neighborhood, the reason why you don't have hundreds of thousands in each bank account, the reason why you ain't sitting up there really having it your way is because you allowing that bitch to have her way. You understand me? And the game is not allowing you to prosper because you allow that motherfucking cancer to stay in your home. Like I said, I've known pimps with great personalities, intellectual capabilities, got a charismatic and magnetic spirit about them. Every time they go out to campaign, they knock bitches on accident. Bitches know that they heaven sent. They really got it down to a science, man, when it come to campaigning and obtaining and maintaining in this shit. But 2 seconds later, they'll go from being 3 deep, 5 deep, back to being 1 deep. I know some P's right now with niggas that profess to be P's. In this motherfucking shit. Them niggas cannot get deep. They can't. It's certain niggas, man, that I've been knowing for years, and I've never seen them with 2 bitches for a 2-week period. It's niggas that I've been known in this motherfucking game, I ain't never seen them have more than 1 bitch. And I've been knowing certain niggas for years, especially in that Vegas. Especially in that motherfucking New Orleans, different areas that I know. They've been holding on to that 1 bitch since Jesus was crucified. And that's why the game won't allow their motherfucking pimping to be glorified, simply because they allow the bitch to keep mortifying they pimping. With this boyfriend, girlfriend, Harry met Sally, Love Jones, Sleepless in Seattle ass shit. And when you got this bitch that is talking back to you, challenging what you're in, a lot of you have allowed a lot of shit to get away. What I mean by that is the bitch know what she was doing. When she was cashing you out, the bitch reducing the world and bringing you back the world. Now the bitch ain't bringing you a motherfucking city, and she, the bitch sitting over there bringing up, hold on, it's a temporary interruption. Okay, but yeah, the bitch ain't sitting over there thinking about your pimping now. The bitch ain't sitting up. When the last time the bitch sat up there and hit a lick for you? Bitch used to sit up there and bring you watches and check money like the house was on fire. Now it's no longer her motherfucking desire to pay you like she once had, simply because she know that she can do anything and everything with you, and you just gonna accept it. And the bitch, and to some of you niggas, these bitches know they can disrespect you and call you out your motherfucking name and disrespect you in the game, and you gonna sit up there and allow them to keep coming through the door as long as they got some motherfucking dough. And when the bitch know that you can be bought, when she knows that, I can call him a bitch, I can treat him like a bitch, I can disrespect him in front of the pimping, I can challenge him, in front of other hoes, when she know that she can sit up there and do shit like this, and all she got to do in order to basically replenish, what was established, hey, man, all she got to do is come through the door with some dough and some green papers where dead hypocrites can basically sit up there and reconcile things. As long as she know that, she ain't going to never respect you. She ain't never going to respect you. She know you can be bought. She know that you would give up your balls. You would give up your motherfucking balls to ball. And whenever you would give up your balls to ball, you not pimping. Because pimping is power. Pimping is control. And anytime a bitch got control, it ain't no motherfucking pimping going on here. I'm a YP, I'm turning NP. True, he must have pimped in a previous life. Hold on, let me look at these comments. Yeah, man, but I know some of y'all gonna listen to this game. You're gonna listen to the words that's coming out my mouth, and you're still gonna do what you wanna do. And you're gonna end up in somebody's jail cell. Hold on, let me go through this. I like what Tony said. A man usually use his hands when he run out of game. When he run out of game. And that's true. Because a lot of you motherfuckers, man, you know what I'm saying? You run out of shit to say, you know what I mean? And then a lot of you, you know, the woman know that you don't have no game. She know you get all your motherfucking game, you know what I'm saying, from videos and rap songs and shit like that. So, you know what I mean? The bitch know that you don't have no game, man. You know, I'll never forget. Rest in peace. He was my loved one. I loved him to death. But one of my greatest inspirations for even getting into the motherfucking occupation for pimping and horn was Nice. And Nice wasn't even a pimp. You know what I'm saying? I ended up learning later on. But when I met him, he had different bras and jewelry and all that type of shit. But I'll never forget, we was in his Jag at the time. And we rolling. And he came out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Just saying some off the wall shit. And at that time, I didn't even have like 3 months under my belt. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, I was still a smart, intelligent young man, and I was so hungry and sincere about the game that anytime I hear anything that's profound or meaningful about the game, man, I could have been asleep. I was going to wake up out my sleep, man, to hear me some motherfucking game. So, make a long story short, this nigga said sometimes it's going to come a place, it's going to come a time where the woman done learned all your game. You know what I mean? It's going to come a time where she know what you going to say before you say it. It's going to come a time where she done learned your information. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he said at that time it ain't really nothing you could do because she done learned your game. And even though I only had probably didn't even have 3 months under my belt, to me that didn't make sense. Because I know that in each and every lifestyle, when you really hungry for the game, you always remain a student of the game. So if you're a student of the game, if you're a student of life, that means that you learning every day. So if I'm learning every motherfucking day, how could this woman learn everything in entirety, everything in totality of what I got to convey and say? That's crazy. I'm learning every day. And see, like I told y'all, I've been encouraging you guys to read, to study. I told you to sit down with your woman and your women and get your own secret language. Because some of you, like I said, some things that I say, you guys listen to and you be like, man, that's some good game. But you never apply it. You know what I'm saying? For example, I told you to get your own language with your woman or your women. Because God forbid, it can be you tomorrow in that jail cell. It can be you tomorrow that's on that phone in the county. And if you got your own language with your woman, if you got your own language with your women, then that means that nobody can comprehend what you're saying but you and that woman. You and your women. So, you know what I mean? You got to prepare for situations like that. You got to ask that broad, you know what I mean, different questions and things like that. You got to interrogate her. Just like, you know what I'm saying? I said, you got to say, if the feds was to bust in this door right now, how would you conduct yourself? You got to put that broad under pressure, man. You know, a lot of you don't even know whether you got a diamond or a rhinestone because the bitch ain't never been tested before. You ain't never put her through nothing. You got her in the hotel room every day, you know what I mean, on back page. And that's why your game never make it to the front page because you got the bitch on back page every motherfucking day up in that damn hotel room. She ain't never been outside. You know, you ain't never gave pimping an opportunity to sweat that bitch. You know what I'm saying? How could you say that this bitch is your all in all? Some of y'all calling these women a bottom bitch. You saying that this my bottom bitch, and how the fuck is she your bottom bitch? She ain't never been through nothing. What difficulty, what adversity has she been through in the game for you to give her such a title? Me personally, I don't give a fuck about that title. But at the same particular time, you know, you got some that really care about that title, and you know, to each his own. But if you keep this woman in a hotel room every damn day. She ain't never went on no track. She ain't never been in the casino. You hardly let the bitch motherfucking go outside and shit. You omnipresent with the bitch. As a matter of fact, that's the name I'm gonna give you. Omnipresent the P. You omnipresent around the bitch. You damn near in the room when the bitch even doing dates with tricks and some more motherfucking shit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in that motherfucking type of situation, if you got that broad in that hotel room every day, baby, how could you say that this bitch is your bottom bitch? How could you even say that this is your hoe? How could you say that this is your woman? How could you say that she's down for you or she fucking with your pimping and you never sent her outside and you will never allow pimping, you know what I mean, to get at your bitch? And I ain't talking about them old slow ass niggas and shit. No, don't put her nowhere in a crackhead area and all that old goofy shit. You know what I mean? You got to put that bitch around some real pimps, seasoned pimps. You know what I mean? Like, you know, everybody don't do it, but for example, not, you know, I'm a square. I'm just saying, if I was a pimp, you know what I mean? I'm just going off of my ideas, right? You know, if I was to have a new broad, you know what I mean? I knock a new broad, I want to see whether or not, you know what I mean, the bitch got the potential to be a diamond or she just already a motherfucking rhinestone. Hey, man, I'm going to sit up there and call P's up. I'm going to call my young pimp partners up and say, what you doing tonight? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say, what's going on with you? And I see somebody in the comment section right now, they know I ain't lying. You know what I mean? I'm going to call my young P partners up. I'm going to call my older P partners up. And I'm going to be like, hey, what you doing? You going to be on the blade tonight? Okay, well, look, man, there's going to be a young broad out there. Woo, 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 woo. I'm talking about pimps. I ain't talking about Johnny the crackhead, man. I ain't talking about game bangers and strangers and shit. I'm talking about real pimps, man. You know what I mean? Pimps, not niggas that sit up there and try to pimp with their hands, but pimp with their minds, man. And this shit basically flow out of their mouths. Them the ones I'm talking about. Pimps. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, sit up there and get on the phone, man. Get on the horn with pimps, man. Look, like, I'm going to have some new work down, man. I want you niggas to sweat that bitch, you know what I'm saying, to Adolf Hitler come back as a good man, nigga. I want you to sweat that bitch, nigga, till the rapture come, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I know you got something to say to a bitch, man. That's why I motherfucking call you, man. Well, you know, I'm going to try to sit up there and give you that phone call tonight. Hey, man, even if you do, you know what I mean, give me that phone call, man, I'm going to be happy that the bitch still in the game, that she fucking with pimping, man. If the bitch go from Harvard University to Stanford University, one thing we could always say, man, is the bitch still fucking with Ivy League, you know what I mean, pimps, man. She's still in the motherfucking game, man, you know what I mean? So if you do give me that call, it is what it is, man. I know if I be a blessing to the game will be a blessing to me. And see, a lot of y'all don't have that mentality, but I'm endeavoring to teach you the mentality of a pimp. The mentality of a pimp, he don't worry about, you know, am I going to get knocked? Am I going to get the phone call or anything like that? Man, a pimp is the embodiment of confidence. So, you know what I'm saying, when a pimp sit up there and send a bitch to work, he not even thinking about whether or not, you know, get knocked or anything like that, because in his mind, ain't nobody gonna say or do anything, you know what I mean, around that bitch or anything to that bitch that, you know what I mean, that's more powerful than who got a greater conversation than me? Who gonna say something more profound and prolific about this game than me? Not thinking about getting that phone call. And just in case if I do get the motherfucking phone call, I was pimping before I met the bitch. I was pimping, you know what I mean, while I had the bitch, and I'll be pimping after the bitch, you understand me, expire and no longer want to get my motherfucking desire. Nigga is pimping with me. This is the mentality of a pimp. And this is a mentality that most of you niggas that's professing pimping don't have. Hold on, let me go in the comment section and see what y'all saying. Cause y'all know me, I'll go off. But yeah, man, we got to mentally respond. We gotta take them, stop being a boxer, man. Stop listening to 8 Ball and MJGs, and I love their music. You know what I mean? I love sugar-free music. You know what I mean? But it be certain songs that a lot of you motherfuckers y'all don't know how to separate entertainment and true game for the pavement. You know what I mean? You don't know how to do that yet. You know what I mean? You want to be entertained. Hold on. No, J Nick. See, you kind of talking about some manipulation type shit, some con artist type shit. And see, let me say this. Let me make this plain to you, the up and coming pimps. First of all, at least this is my doctrine. This is my doctrine to you young pimps. A man is the truth. And before you can become a pimp, you got to be a man first. So that means that you can't be a pimp without being a man. You can't be a pimp without being the truth. You got to be the truth. A pimp is not some guy who is trying to basically snake a bitch or manipulate a bitch to think that 2 + 2 is 5. That's not, no, that's not what the game is. The game is the truth. A pimp gonna tell a bitch what it was, what it is, and what the fuck it's gonna be. And if that woman decide to fuck with the truth, then okay, bitch, you got some potential, you know what I mean, to sit up there, you understand me, and be solid for some ism, for some pimping. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to sit up there and you like lullabies and lies, then you need to be around them other guys, baby, because I'm the embodiment of the motherfucking truth. So if you want to hear the truth, if you want to be around the truth, you gonna fuck with some pimping. Like I always tell y'all, the boyfriend is lying to a woman. So what separates you from a boyfriend if you sitting up here lying? The boyfriend sitting up there telling this woman that, she the only one and she gonna be the only one and all that shit. And, baby, no, it's just you and all of that type of shit. That's the boyfriend. Pimps don't do that. I'm coming in the door letting you know what the fuck it was, what it is, and if you decide to fuck with me, what it's gonna be. Yes, you need to have a fee to fuck with me. Yes, you're going to go through adversity fucking with me. Yes, you're going to spend time in a correctional facility fucking with me. Stop lying to these women, man. Come in the door gang banging with the motherfucking truth. You want to be in a gang? Be in a gang called the truth. Gang bang some motherfucking truth, man. But all of this like conniving, cunning, deceitful, and then it's like I be telling y'all, you make the woman bigger than what she is. You making her more important than what she is. Why would you sit up there and have to lie to a woman? It's just a woman. It's just a bitch. What you lying to her for? You done made her more important than you. You done made her more important than this game. Fuck you lying to her for? How is she that motherfucking important that you gotta lie to her? No. That's not a revelation. That's a devilation. Get that shit up out your system. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I don't want no one. I mean, and then it's like, I want that woman to be able to trust me, all right? And I got to be able to trust her because you in a lifestyle where the whole world is against you. So, why do you do... I've seen an older P not too long ago. He made a status called, he was saying that the hoe is your enemy, and he wasn't even just saying it in just one hoe. He was saying all hoes are your enemy. And I totally disagree, with that. And if you think a hoe is your enemy, and if you feel like you can't trust her, then you don't need to be around her. You don't need to be participating in any criminal lifestyle with somebody that you cannot trust. And when I say trust, I'm not saying in so much in totality, But in certain, you can't say that you don't trust a hoe and you have an unprotected sex. A lot of you niggas be saying, man, I don't trust hoes, but you have an unprotected sex with her. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all say you don't trust hoes, but you got kids with hoes. Look like you trusting her. A lot of you niggas say that you don't trust hoes, but you sitting over there tasting some pussy. You trusting her. You trusting her a little bit too much too. You trusting the P or never trust. Hold on, let me. Truth, confidence. You don't want her to. Yeah, and this is for you young men that's not even pimps. You ain't got to be no damn pimp. I just want you young men that's in college and high school that's not even thinking about being in a criminal lifestyle. I want you to stay on your path. But one thing I want you to do while you on the path, I want you to realize your greatness, realize your importance. You know what I mean? Stop looking at this ass. Stop looking at a pretty face and big ass titties as if that's more important than your characteristics, the information that you have. You know what I'm saying? I think I told this story before, but I got a partner, and he might end up watching this, but it is what it is. He drives the bus in Chicago. One of the girls from the school that we used to go to Dunbar. You know what I mean? And it used to be, I even say her name, fuck it. It was a girl by the name of Angel LaSalle. And anybody that went to Dunbar, any of my mighty men, you know what I mean? Angel LaSalle had more ass than a little bit. All right? That motherfucking ass was game banger. All right? That motherfucking ass, you know what I mean? Definitely, it was just in a league of its own, man. You know what I mean? She was a decent looking broad. Of course, I just thought she was a decent looking broad, but my nigga, he thought the world of the bitch. He thought that this bitch was amazing looking. He thought that this bitch was astonishing and all that old goofy ass shit, right? So he driving the bus. Now this years later. Now, this ain't high school no more. Yeah, she was popular in high school and she had all little apple bottoms and shit like that. Motherfuckers liked her and everything like that. And that's what's up. But she get on his bus. Check it out. She get on his bus. And I say, cause he had told me, he said, man, I can't believe it, man. Angel LaSalle got on my bus. She got on my bus, man. You know what I mean? She got on my bus, P. I said, she got on your bus? I said, and not to make myself arrogant, but in my mind, I was like, she got on your bus? You happy about this bitch getting on your bus? Okay, but it is what it is. Squares, man, they just different. But bro say, yeah, man, she got on my bus and I was just like, wow, man, damn, she finally here, man. And, I finally get that chance to tell her what I always been wanting to tell her, man, since high school. I said, so what you say to her? He said, I didn't say nothing. I said, why you didn't say nothing? He said, man, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you, man, I got scared. I said, nigga, how the fuck did you get scared to say something to a damn bitch that was riding on your motherfucking bus? He's like, man, I just seen her, man. She was smelling all good, and she still had that big old ass, and I got them old high school feelings again, man. And you know what I mean? I just froze up. I said, nigga, you froze up with a bitch. You understand me? That was on your bus. She's on the bus with you. And see, I'm using him as an example because a lot of y'all had gotten in my inbox. Y'all done got into my DM, and y'all got the same problem. You know what I mean? It's him. Y'all making these bitches, man, way too important. Listen, I love and I respect women, but not to the point where, she more important than me. Her ass that shit come out of. Her pussy that urine come out of. Her pretty ass little face. I'm not going to make that more important than this game. I'm not going to make that more important, than me. My principles, my standards, my individuality. I'm not going to make, she's not more important than this game, man. You know what I mean? It's nice that she got a pretty ass face, she got a big booty and all of that shit. I'm not even talking pimp talk right now. I'm talking to you squares, man. Realize your greatness. You a black man, and even for you that are not black, but to you young men out there, you a man. Stop making shit, man, that don't bring no importance, man. You know what I mean? This a nice ass to rub on. I know, you know what I mean, that Sometimes you get lustful minded and shit, but nigga, that ass ain't more important than you, nigga. Stop with all that old goofy ass shit. That nigga made me, and he's my nigga, but I cursed that nigga the fuck out. Nigga, the bitch on your bus, she's on your bus. She on your bus. She ain't driving. You know what I'm saying? So that right there, nigga, you got a job. She gets on your bus and you freeze. You done froze up. You don't have nothing to say. Boy, you know what I mean? Just like you squares be looking at pimps and hoes and just shaking your head. That's the same way we look at y'all, man. Hold on, I would have chopped the AK at that head. Yeah, man. Shit, bitch ain't that motherfucking amazing. She getting on your motherfucking bus, nigga. You understand me? Hold on. Yeah, bro. LC, she got on the motherfucking bus, man, and the nigga just froze up. You know what I mean? I don't know if I want to put God in this, but life allowed you to see the woman that you always wanted to be your girlfriend since high school to get on your damn bus, nigga, and you ain't have nothing to say. Nigga, you're a loser. You know what I mean? And he gonna see this video. He gonna call me, but nigga, I didn't say your name. But those that went to school that know you, they know, man. But nah, I ain't never had that problem. I ain't never seen a woman more important than me. You know what I mean? And see, that's why I love pimps, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when pimps come around, celebrities, you know what I'm saying? When a pimp take a picture with a celebrity, like if I was to take a picture with Jay-Z, it wouldn't be, oh my God, wow, Sinful, you got a chance to take a picture with Jay-Z. No, it's Jay-Z had an opportunity to take a picture with the pimpin'. That's what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not, oh man, damn, seeing you taking a picture with Nas. No, it ain't me taking a picture with Nas. It's a rapper that I like to get a chance to take a picture with the pimpin'. That's what the fuck it is. Seeing you got a chance to be around Oprah. You get to take a picture with Oprah. It's a very successful black woman who was blessed to have an opportunity to be in the presence of a pimp, and now she get to take a picture with the pimpin'. That's what it is, all right? Pimps, we not starstruck by no motherfucking celebrity. Why? Because a pimp is the most important individual on this planet Earth. That's why. There is no materialistic thing, green papers with dead hypocrites on it, motherfucking, you understand me, pussy, a big ass booty, celebrities, whatever, man. That shit ain't more important than a pimp. You know what I'm saying? So, by me having this mentality, and by those that profess to be a pimp, I hope that you have that mentality too. Because I done seen a lot of you niggas, man, get around celebrities, man. And a lot of you niggas was choosing up like the bitch. And I want to tell you, if you got around a celebrity nigga and your pussy got wet and you wanted to sit up there, you understand me? And oh my God, my favorite celebrity, and you want to sit up there. I ain't saying it ain't cool to greet and meet and all of that shit, because at the same time, you can use different celebrities to get you in certain venues so you can get revenues, to put you in position so you can be a blessing and have things in possession later on. That ain't what I'm talking about by all means. You know what I mean? When you meet certain people of a certain status, man, use the game so you can gain in life. But I'm not talking about that. I've actually seen niggas that profess to be a pimp sit up there and get happy like the bitch because a celebrity, a rapper, a actor, or actress then came in. Nigga, did you forget that you was the pimpin'? Don't give a fuck about this nigga having a motherfucking Phantom or Wraith outside and shit, nigga. I'm God's gift to the motherfucking world, nigga. I don't give a fuck how many albums he sold. When I come through the door, that's the way you motherfuckers are supposed to treat and honor me, nigga. I'm the motherfucking pimpin'. You understand me? So, when you have this type of mentality, there is no woman that you're afraid to speak to. There is no hoe that you're afraid to get at. You're not afraid of hearing the word no or rejection and all of that shit. You the embodiment of confidence. You don't give a fuck. Hold on, let me go in this shit. But like I said, that's still mentally responding. Because, let's say for example, if I see my favorite celebrity, my favorite little rapper, You know what I mean? And most of the people that I loved and adored, or, you know, that I look at in amazement, most of them are dead. You know what I mean? Donny Hathaway is dead. Marvin Gaye is dead. Prince is dead. Michael Jackson is dead. You know what I mean? These are guys that are dead, man. You know what I'm saying? But if they were alive, I still wouldn't have been like, oh my God, it's you, Marvin. Like, no. I'm a pimp. I'm more important than Marvin. This is a pimp's mentality. And if you don't have this mentality, you're not no pimp. You're not no pimp, man. You think a rapper, you think an actor, you think an actress, you think a bitch with a big booty and a pretty ass face is more important than the game that you got. So nah, you ain't no pimp. Hold on. Let me go through these comments. Right, like she owe me. I like that. So in other words, hold on. Self-confidence is a must. Yeah, John Doe. It's a must. A nigga can't, a man can't be in the game if he don't have self-confidence. That's one of the reasons, one of the innumerable reasons why a lot of you could never successfully pimp, you know, in the game, because you see certain women, you be looking at certain Instagram models and certain pretty women, and you in awe of the bitch. I ain't never in awe of the bitch. Never. I'm never going to be in awe of the bitch. I'm never going to look at her in amazement and all of that shit, because number one, I know that she got some motherfucking character flaws about her that as soon as I knock the bitch, I'm going to be like, man, this is what y'all yelling and screaming about. Just like the world. They look at Halle Berry, they see Halle Berry and they be like, damn, Halle motherfucking Berry. But the pimpin' got common sense that ain't common. The pimpin' know that when she was with David Justice, she had problems. When she was with Wesley Snipes, she had problems. When the bitch was with Eric Benet, she had problems. You know what I'm saying? So she got some character flaws about her. But because of her beauty, people look past that and they say, they say things like, how could any man cheat on Halle Berry? How could any man want to be with another woman with Halle Berry? Nigga, easy. It's just Halle Berry. That's how I see all of these women. You know what I'm saying? That's how I see all of them. We can go back to y'all statements and things like that. But man, yeah, y'all got the game fucked up, man. I ain't never seen no woman more important than this motherfucking game, nigga. This game, let me tell you something about this game. This game can take somebody that's broke and make them a billionaire. This game can sit up there and take somebody that's incarcerated and inspire them and compel them to go in the legal library and diligently search for what they did unconstitutional within his trial so he can have his liberty back in society. This game will provoke somebody that's the pimpin', that has never been to a location before. He might go to a brand new city. He ain't never seen this city. He don't know nobody in this city. But he got faith in this game that once he gets there, he's going to gain and get everything that he's supposed to gain and obtain, simply because that's how impeccable the game that is within him is. It's the power of this game. This game can take an individual that's ignorant, that doesn't know how to spell, that might have had a speech problem, but because of his love for the game, he's still getting at bitches. He still got an all-you-can-hear buffet at bitches. He might not have been the most handsome man. This guy is more attractive. This guy, you know, women is looking at. He's Morris Chestnut. This is Boris Cujo. This is Usher over here. Marion or whatever the fuck going on. You know what I mean? Jacquees and all of that. And he might look like 8-Ball with no motherfucking MJG, but he still got some motherfucking conversation to get the currency out of bitch pussy. Why? Because of this game. That's how powerful this game is. This game can stop somebody from having a gun to your motherfucking head, you know what I mean, and getting ready to blow your motherfucking noodles off. But because of the power of the game within you, it could convince this individual to put the motherfucking gun down. That's the game. This game could cause a woman who said, I would never do that. She comes from a 2-parent home. She comes from a religious family. She went to a motherfucking Ivy League school. She got degrees out of this world. You know what I mean? She was laughing at pimps. But at the same particular time, when she met you, it was something different that separated you from all the other males that profess to be men. And that was this game. And that's why she's in the game. That's how powerful this game is. So it's like, how in the hell could somebody make a booty or a pretty ass face, some nice titties, more powerful than this game? It's impossible. I'm always going to put the game over a woman. I'm always going to put the game because I know that if I lose every materialistic thing, if I lose money, if I have to do time again or what have you, the game that I have within me is going to basically bring me restoration. The game that is within me is going to always be greater than the problems that a woman has because the game is the solution. The solution within me is always going to be greater than the problems of life and the problems that that woman is coming to me with. It's the game. I'm exalting the game. That's why I encourage you to read and study. I encourage you to memorize the dictionary and things like that because I'm encouraging you to get this game so you can be an informative representative of life and the lifestyle, the game. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Motherfucker trying to come against me, trying to give me a code. So I can't really spit out this pimping. But I'm going to fight through the code. Because it's this game. Be true to the game. Yes, sir. Do I believe that any woman can be turned out? I'm going to say this. How could I put this? Hell motherfucking yeah. You know? Because I don't put no woman above this motherfucking game, nigga. So you already knew the answer to that. I believe that certain women, pretty much all women, your mama, your grandmother, my mama, grandmother, sister, or what have you, when it comes to women, it's all about timing. You might have had the right things to say. You might have had some beautiful information and conversation to give that woman, but you caught her at the wrong time. And that's why you didn't have that woman. But it wasn't because she was so great in her morals and her standards, and she was so, deep into her little cult of spirituality that she basically couldn't come back to reality of this game. No, it was just the wrong time. With women, it's all about timing. And it's about having the right presentation. It's about being in position. Any woman could be knocked. This is you talking about a woman that's governed by emotionalism. The way that she felt Monday, she might not feel it like that on Friday. So it's all about the perfect timing and, having the right game and being in position. There's certain women that you're not going to knock, you're not going to have if you're not in position to have them. You know what I'm saying? But once you get into a position of power, you can have any woman, man. You know what I mean? The game is power, man. Ain't no woman more greater than this game. Your mama, your grandmother, my mama, grandmother, sister, what have you, my future daughters to come. Ain't no woman more powerful than this game. Simplicity. Whoa, shit, I didn't even realize I'd been on here an hour. It wasn't even supposed to be this long, but that's just how I be chopping it up with y'all. I'm going to have to tend to something in a little bit, but I might come back later on. Yeah, sometimes, like for example, your first years in the game, there were certain women, that you didn't appeal to, that you couldn't reach, that you couldn't teach because your game wasn't up to par. Your knowledge was not up to par. Your presentation wasn't up to par. You didn't have the uncommon information about life and the lifestyle at that particular time. So at that time, You know what I'm saying? No, you didn't get the bride, but it wasn't because the bitch was so beautiful. She was so impeccable. You know, everything that she said was infallible. You know, it wasn't that, man. Get that bullshit out of your motherfucking head. That's a fallacy. Reality is that a pimp ain't never motherfucking denied. He can just be delayed. You was just delayed. You didn't have the right information at that time. You didn't have the right presentation at that time, or you just didn't catch her at the right time. But no woman is more important in this game. So don't ever say that I couldn't knock the bitch, or I didn't get the bitch because woo 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 woo. You know what I mean? That's giving her too much glory. That's giving her way too much credit. We don't glorify no woman over this game. We always glorify the game, the knowledge and wisdom of life and this lifestyle over a woman. Yeah, bro, it really felt like 5 minutes, man. That's just how it is, man. I'm gonna end up coming back. I'm gonna answer probably like one more question. And another thing, I say this before I go out, and that's why I encourage all of you to study. Saying, why you want me to study Christianity? I ain't no Christian. I don't believe in that shit. Yeah, but think about the motherfucking population of women, nigga, that do. And you will never be able to reach them if you can't teach them. And how you gonna teach somebody something that you ignorant of? How you gonna say that there's falsehood in Christianity and make us see the reality of this game and of life if you haven't done no research concerning the origin of Christianity? So you got to study Christianity. You got to study Roman Catholicism. You got to study Islam, Seventh-day Adventists, Pentecostalism. You need to be studying Buddhism, Hinduism, Shintoism. You need to be studying all that. Why? Because religiosity governs the mentality. It governs the minds of people. And once you learn the format, the minds of how people, the thought pattern of people, it's way much easier for you to pimp. It's way much easier for you to shine because you know the format, you know the thoughts of her mind, period. But if you don't do no motherfucking studying, if you just another nigga that's just drinking on syrup and doing drugs and spending the money on anything, you know what I'm saying? If you a motherfucker that's just comfortable being a number and not a name in the game and not having, and another reason why a lot of you niggas is not excelling in the game, because first of all, you got the wrong definition and vision of the game. You know what I'm saying? Always remember this. Your pimping will only be as big as your definition of what pimping is. The game to you will only be as big as your vision of how you see the game. So if you got a small vision, that's how small the game gonna be to you. If you got the wrong depiction and definition of what pimping is, you will never be a successful pimp. If you got a lazy mentality and you don't have no work ethic on basically improving yourself, educating yourself, elevating yourself, then you're going to stay on the same type of level. You're going to keep having them little Compton swap meet type of bitches. You're going to keep having them 47th and Dressler type of bitches. You're going to keep having them 69th and Calumet type of bitches. You're going to keep having them 63rd and King Drive type of bitches. You're going to keep having them motherfucking 87th and Stony Island type of bitches because you never elevated yourself. You was just comfortable being on a street level, which is cool. I love the streets. That's what's up. But at the same time, you will never get to a corporate level. You will never knock a bitch from the corporate world. You will never take that beautiful, fine, attractive woman out of that cult or that religion and make her make an important decision on how to choose your pimping because you ain't making a decision on how to motherfucking improve your pimping. So it start with you first. And that's some game for your motherfucking ass. I hope you guys live as long as you want, man. Never want as long as you live. I touched on one subject. I meant to just touch on, the abusing, of women, but we went everywhere as we always do, man. I'm gonna probably end up coming back, later on. I'm gonna check up on some things, but it is what it is, man. I love y'all. I want you to stay encouraged. I want you to stay inspired, and I want you to do what most niggas don't do. If you want to be a successful black man, you want to be a black man that's not ordinary, you want to be a black man that's special and peculiar and not regular and familiar like the rest, then you got to do what most niggas don't do. You got to read, black man. Be blessed. What's to come is better than what's been, but only if you choose it to be that, man. You know what I mean? So let's start reading, man. Let's start studying. Let's start improving. Let's stay off drugs. Let's start abstaining and refraining from things, and stop abstaining and refraining, from people that's going to keep us from obtaining and maintaining. Leave them drugs and them toxic relationships alone, man. Be blessed. One.